Hello everybody, I'm going to do a quick drawing project for you today so you can follow along with me as well as with your children at home and hopefully have a good time. You do not need all these supplies to make this project successful. You can just use crayons if you would like. You can also just use oil pastels if you have them. Today we're going to combine oil pastels with watercolor paint. I have this little inexpensive set here, as well as temper cakes. Whatever you have at home works. You also need a cup of water, paper towels, favorite brushes. We do not need a pencil because we're going to be brave and just put our pastels right down on the paper. Today we're going to draw a beautiful cake inspired by the artist Wayne Thiebaud. He's a pop artist who's famous for cakes, pies, slices of delicious treats. He's famous for bright colors and having great examples of shadows and highlights. So we're going to try and remember that when we're finishing off our project. All right, if you have younger children or multiple kids at home and you want to cut out an oval to get them started, go for it. I cut these out usually for kindergartners, first graders who need a little help getting things started to make sure they're drawing them big. Okay, so this is something that you would use if you needed it. We're going to draw an oval towards the top of our paper, but we're going to leave this part of our oval blank. Can I get your colors ready? You can get these pastels at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon, all that good stuff. All right, first step, oval. Remember, we're gonna leave the bottom of it blank. So I'm gonna tell the students, I'm gonna talk to the camera like I'm talking to the students from now on. Put your finger in the middle and scoot up. That's where you want your oval to be, okay? Scoot to the side a little bit. Imagine the oval's right here. Scoot to the side a little bit. And you're gonna draw an oval. You're gonna leave the inside blank. See, my oval's a little slanted, and that's fine because not all cakes are gonna be perfectly straight and even. I know my cakes that I bake don't look perfect. All right, I'm gonna do a line down and a line down. Remember, we wanna save room for a plate down here, so we don't want the lines to go too far down. I'm gonna make another line that goes even further down. Down and down. Notice this line's shorter than this line. From here, I'm going to connect with a curve that goes back, curve that goes back. Now I'm going to make an upside down letter V, up, down, do it again, up, down, connect it with a line down the middle. Now if I'm going too fast, please feel free to pause the video. I'm just trying to move along so the video isn't very long. Now I'm going to switch to a different color for my filling. Maybe I want pink icing inside of it. And you want these lines to also look like upside down letter V's. Now I'm going to switch to a different color. Maybe I would like an orange plate. I'm going to draw another oval. But we don't want to draw a complete oval because we don't want the line to go over the cake. We want it to look like the cake is sitting on a plate. So that's what's our oval's gonna be. I'm gonna place my pastel kind of halfway between this line. I'm gonna go around and stop. Now, if your cake's a little further down and your plate has to go off the page, that is totally fine. I'm gonna get a different color and I'm gonna make the table. Line across, horizontal line, skip the cake, and keep going across. And just like that, you have an awesome cake, plate, table, background. Okay, from there, you can either color it with pastel, add paint, or if you're using crayon, you can begin to color it with crayon. So this is my crayon example that I started. Let's take a little time to talk to you if you're just using crayon. Crayons work great. You can color them just like this and have a great project. Stay inside the lines, all that good stuff. No scribbling, but a way that I like to show students to elevate their crayon a little bit more is to press harder in areas that you want to appear like it has a shadow and press lighter in areas where you want it to appear like it's a highlight. So I'm pressing harder here in the middle where it would be darker, less light's getting to the middle of the cake. And then lighter as it gets to the outside. Now that looks great. Take it to the next level. Get a color that would go great with orange, like this dark red. And I'm gonna make that shadow inside even richer and even prettier looking by doing a little bit of shadow on this one side with this red. Go back with my orange, blend it in a little bit more. That's what I did with the plate too. I took a bright purple, colored it, pressed harder in these areas, and then took a darker purple and in these areas here, overlapped it on top to make it the shadow even richer. To finish this, I'd go back and finish the background the same way, blue and purple blended together, and then I'm gonna do some multicolored stripes for my tablecloth. Now, this is my finished painting example that I made. I used different color watercolors, and as you can see here, I have some darker blue here in the shadow areas, darker orange in the shadow areas inside of my cake slice. Same here on the plate. I put some purple on top of the pink right here to make it look more realistic. So I'm going to show you a little bit of painting on this. Pastels are awesome to use with watercolor because the oil and water, they don't mix. The oil pastel repels the water off the pastel. It keeps the paint in its own little section so that the painting doesn't mix easily with other colors. Okay, so I'm gonna do the plate. So my plate is orange, and I'm gonna just get some good orange paint going on my brush. I dipped it in water because I had a lot of paint on my brush and I want to spread the paint around. More water equals lighter paint. More water equals lighter paint. Now this is not watercolor paper, just paper I had lying around the house. So you can see that's starting to make little pieces because the paper is getting wet and I'm rubbing on it a lot with my paintbrush. When you see that, that just means stop painting in that area. You don't have to have watercolor paper to paint with watercolors and have fun. All right, so what did I do? I used more orange paint where I thought it would be darker for a shadow. Now, if you want to bring it to the next level, challenge yourself, get a different color like a red and add that inside the shadow. Whoa, love it. Awesome, right? Okay, let's do our blue cake. And it's really blue. Maybe I want this side darker. Put some water in my brush. Spread it around. See how this blue pastel stays really bright even though the paint touched it? It's because the oil pastel repels the watercolor, and it stays really beautiful and bright. Crayon works just the same if you don't have pastels. Just press hard with the crayon so that it really shows up. All right. Loving it. Maybe I'm gonna get some darker blue. Just do a little bit darker right there around the edges. All right, looking good. Maybe you want to add a different color shadow to your blue cake edges. Got a little purple on there. Blend it in. Looking good. Okay. You can do rainbow cake, you can do yellow cake, pink cake, brown cake, any cake you want. I'm gonna do yellow on the inside. The pastel does a great job of keeping the paint inside the lines. Now I'm gonna take some orange. Kind of spread it. Now the orange is a little darker than I like, but I'm making it work. I'm gonna get some water on my brush. Take a paper towel and tap it. It's gonna take some of that color away, and now it looks great. Exactly how I wanted it. A little more yellow. Beautiful. All right. Pink. Strawberry icing maybe. Get some water in my brush. Fill that in. Now, I think it's time I can set you free. Use your pastels to create a background. Think about a party background. The possibilities are endless. Stripes, zigzags, polka dots. Or maybe you want the tablecloth to have the pattern. Maybe the tablecloth is polka dot or zigzagged or something party themed to go with your cake. Maybe before you painted, you wanted to add icing details or candles. Maybe you want to do a birthday banner in the background. It's really up to you. Maybe your plate has patterns on it. The possibilities are endless. It's really up to you how you paint it. My only advice would be, before you paint, make sure you draw everything first, okay? I kind of skipped ahead to make the video shorter. So draw everything first and then paint it. All right, I hope you enjoyed a little video today. More to come. Tomorrow I'm going to be showing you how to make a more complicated cake with pastels, as well as some slices of cake to challenge you and bring it to the next level of learning. Have a good day, everybody.